Hey everyone, welcome to Cute 3D Studio. Do you like cute things? I absolutely love them. These days, multicolor 3D printers are way more accessible, making it super easy to create adorable stuff. So I'm going to use Nomad Sculpt and Bambu Lab's multicolor 3D printer to make and show off all sorts of cute creations. How does that sound? It's really easy and so much fun. So let's jump right in. First up, let's create a kawaii slime in Nomad Sculpt. For this project, we'll keep it simple. Just two basic shapes, the lathe and the sphere. Easy, right? Go ahead and open Nomad Sculpt, start a new project, and delete that first sphere that pops up because we don't need it. Before we get into modeling, there are 3 quick settings I want to show you that'll make everything a lot easier. First, turn on the grid so you can keep things aligned. It's like having a helpful guide as you sculpt. Next, go into the shading options and switch to matte cap. This gives your model a solid, detailed look, making it easier to refine those cute, rounded edges. Finally, set your camera to orthographic view. This flattens the perspective, making it super easy to get perfect shapes and proportions without any distortion. All right, now that we're all set, let's add a primitive in the scene panel and use the lathe tool to create our slime's body. You could totally draw it freehand, but having a guide helps a lot, right? So let's find a slime image to use as a reference. Go to the background tab, check the box next to reference image, and import your picture. Adjust its position with position X and Y so it's perfectly centered. Then just trace the image to get the body shape. Oh, and here's a little tip, make the base a bit wider. We'll talk about why later. If any points are off, don't worry. You can adjust them to get everything just right. See? Now, let's turn on the wireframe for the body to check out the polygon structure. You'll notice it's a bit rough and uneven, which isn't great for smooth sculpting or detailed modeling. But no worries, we can fix that up by using voxel remesh. Just set the remesh value to around 250 to 300. This will smooth out any irregularities and keep the surface nice and clean, making it much easier to add those fine details. All right, now that the body is all set, let's move on to creating the eye holes and mouth. We'll be using the mask tool for this. Oops, it looks like our reference slime image has disappeared. Let's adjust the position X to bring it back into view. Now, let's start drawing the eye holes while looking at our reference. First, adjust the brush size and make sure that mirror is turned on. If it doesn't turn out the way you want, just double tap to undo and try again until you're happy with the shape. Next, we'll do the same for the mouth. Got it all drawn? You can also unmask to remove any unwanted areas. Great, now go ahead and invert the mask to reverse the selection. Then use the gizmo tool to push in the eye holes and mouth just a bit. How does that look? Pretty good, right? Now that we're done with the mask tool, let's clear it out. If the indents look a bit rough, use the smooth tool to make them nice and smooth. And now it's time to create the eyes. Add a sphere primitive, turn on mirror, and use the gizmo tool to position them just right. There you go! Your slime is complete. Next, let's prepare our slime for multicolor printing with Bambu Lab. We'll paint the model to match the 4 filament colors we'll use: blue for the body, white for the eye holes, red for the mouth, and black for the eyes. Now let's export this as an OBJ file. You might wonder what's an OBJ file. It's a super handy 3D file format that saves all your model's details, including colors. It's really popular because it works with tons of 3D software and printers, making it a reliable way to transfer your model without losing any important info. Import the OBJ file into Bambu Studio. When you do, you'll see a dialog box pop up asking something like OBJ file import color, and you'll see an option to specify number of colors. You'll notice there are 15 filament colors listed. No need to worry, just click OK to move forward. Then another dialog might pop up saying, the object from this slime.obj is too small, and maybe in meters or inches. Do you want to scale to millimeters? Just say yes, and we'll adjust the size later. Oh look, our slime is lying flat. No biggie, we'll just rotate it 90 degrees to stand it up and it'll be good as new. Now you'll see a list of 15 filament colors pop up in the top right corner. We're only using 4 colors for this print, so we just need to match the colors from 5 to 15 with the first 4 we're actually using. As you do this, you'll see the colors on the slime start to change. If something looks off, no worries. Just try matching a different number until it looks just right. Have you got all the colors matched up from 1 to 4? Great! Okay, let's adjust the size of our slime together. Oh, it seems like it's a little too small right now, doesn't it? No worries, let's go ahead and make it 3 times bigger. After resizing, you might notice that some of the filament colors are a bit off. No problem, we'll fix that together. Take a closer look at the eye holes and mouth. If you see any jagged edges or areas that don't look smooth, don't stress. We can easily touch those up using the paint tool in Bambu Studio. Just remember to adjust the pen size to get everything looking just right. Once you're happy with how it looks, go ahead and slice plate. This will give you a preview of how much filament each color will use, and you'll also notice that the wipe tower is now a little shorter. All right, let's get this show on the road. It's time to start the print. Our slime turned out absolutely gorgeous. Now, let me share a little tip with you. Remember how we trimmed the bottom of the slime in Nomad Sculpt? That's because if the bottom is curved, you'd have to add supports during printing, and that can be a bit of a hassle. Even after removing the supports, the finish might not be as smooth and clean as you'd like. But if the bottom won't be visible when it's on display, you can totally skip the trim and just print it as it is. Feel free to resize or print as many slimes as you like at once. Multicolor printing really brings out the personality of your creation. I really encourage you to give this a try. It's super easy and so much fun. I'm sure you'll be whipping up tons of kawaii creations in no time. This version is super friendly, super informative, and super encouraging. It'll get your creative juices flowing and inspire you to start crafting. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, we'd love it if you could hit the like button and subscribe for more fun projects. And remember, you can do it too. See you in the next video. Bye.